Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we love having beautifully organized space like this in our home. But at times we end up having cluttered mess like this also. Sad but true. To avoid this, we need to follow a regular declutter routine. So in this video, I will talk about 10 things that you need to declutter in a regular basis to have a clean, organized space without putting in any extra effort. So without any delay, let's get started with today's video. The first thing that needs our attention is definitely the food items. This is probably the most important thing and often the most neglected one. We all have these spices, sauces and condiments in our fridge or kitchen cabinets that we rarely use. We probably buy them because they looked really attractive in the supermarket aisle, or some of our favorite celebrities vouched for them. But after the first few uses, we kind of lose interest and stop using these things completely. To declutter these things, here's what you can do. Once in every 2 or 3 months, bring down all the spices, sauces and condiments that you have. You will be shocked to see the number of things that you have and a lot of them that you don't even remember having in your kitchen. Now once you have all these items at one place, start looking at the expiry date for each of these products. The products that are already expired, just make sure that you throw them away because there's no other way that you can use these things as their food items. Also, the products that are very close to their expiry dates, try to keep them at a place where you can notice them easily and try to use them up as much as possible. You can also write it down somewhere so that you remember to use it up before it gets expired. The second category that I want to mention are medicines. Now for medicine, we always have some of them in stock, maybe in our first aid boxes, maybe in our emergency kit or our travel kits, or some of them that we need in a regular basis. While it's a great idea to have these lifesavers in stock, it's also important to remember that they do come with an expiry date and it's important to declutter them once they're expired. So once in every 6 months, make sure that you go through your medicine box and declutter all the medicines that have crossed the expiry date. Here's another thing that you can do to save a little extra time. Write down the expiry dates of all these medicines in a sticky note and attach that to your medicine box so that when you are checking the box, instead of going through each of these medicines, you can just go through the note, and if you have one medicine that has crossed the expiry date, just bring it out and make sure that you declutter that. The next item in my list are the plastic takeaway containers. We often order food from our favorite restaurants, maybe because we are too lazy to cook something or too busy. The food items are often packed in plastic containers and come along with plastic cutlery. Now we often end up keeping all these plastic containers and cutlery items in our kitchen, creating a very cluttered space. To declutter these containers, bring them all out and go through them. You will notice a lot of these containers don't have lid, a lot of these containers are broken. These containers are anyways single-use plastic containers, and storing food in them or heating food in them are bad idea. Make sure you are keeping a few in your home that are in absolute good condition. You will probably need that to store some dry item or to give some food item to someone, but don't have a lot of them because anyways you will get a few more containers the next time you are ordering food. Declutter rest of the pile and you will end up having a lot of free space in your kitchen. The next category includes the empty glass bottles and containers of makeup and food items. Often these are made of good quality glass and we don't feel like throwing them away. So here are a few ways of reusing them. If you have certain spices or kitchen items stored in old plastic containers, you can replace that with these fancy glass bottles. If you have a number of similar looking jars or bottle, you can actually create a set without paying anything extra for all the fancy spice jar sets that you usually find in the shops. I also use these really old cheesecake jars to store ginger and garlic in my fridge. I also often use wide-mouthed bottles like this to store flowers and keep them on the kitchen top. It adds a really fresh vibe to the kitchen. The next category includes all the bills, manuals and papers that come along with our online and offline purchases. Every time I empty my bag, I find a bunch of these bills. I know I don't need them, but somehow I always forget to throw them away. So make sure that you are decluttering them once every month, because most of these bills are useless after a month. You cannot exchange the stuffs, and in case of online purchase, you anyways have the soft copies in the websites. Also for the manuals, most of the time they're available online, so no point in having the hard copies and creating a mess in your home. The only thing that you need to keep in mind are keeping the warranty cards safely. So once every month, go through these papers if they're very important, bills or warranty cards, store them in a file and throw away the excess paperwork. They always create a mess in your home, and getting rid of them is absolutely important. The next category includes all the gadgets and electronics items that we have. So often we become very nostalgic about these things, and we feel that we will probably repair them and reuse them if we store them in our home, but most of the times that does not happen. For example, I have this old mixer grinder, a few old clocks and watches that I absolutely don't use anymore, and I know I won't be using them ever again. So declutter any item like this if you have them in your home. Also collect all the used up batteries, headphones, cords that does not work anymore, and get rid of all these stuffs in one go. The next category includes clothes. No matter how much you try to keep them organized, you will always find something that does not work anymore for you. Certain items won't fit you anymore, certain items won't suit your style, and there will be certain items that are damaged completely. Divide them into two categories: the products that are completely damaged, throw them away, or try to create some DIY out of them if possible. For the clothes that are in good condition, collect them all together and find out a way to distribute them among the less privileged people. Your decluttering process can add a beautiful smile to someone's face, and trust me, this is one of the best things that you can do. Next, let's talk about decluttering your stationery items. If you are a stationery lover like I am, decluttering this category from time to time is an absolute must. There will always be empty pens, pens that need refilling, or pens that have completely dried out. And we tend to hoard these items thinking that we will refill them and use them again, but most of the time we don't have the time and energy to do that, and at times we do forget about them. So from time to time, bring all these pens out, check them, and if they're not working, simply declutter them. You will make space for some amazing new stationery again. The next item in the list are the plastic bags. There's a joke that in Indian houses, there is a big plastic bag that contains a lot of plastic bags. In most of the cases, this is true. We tend to collect and keep all the plastic bags that we get, thinking that we may need them at some point of time. But the truth is, we won't need that many plastic bags ever in our life. So it's always a smarter idea to keep a few plastic bags that are in absolute good condition and give up the rest for recycling. Also, keep a few paper bags for shopping or gifting purpose. They look far better than any ordinary plastic bag. The last category includes decluttering your digital space. Just like decluttering your home, your physical space, decluttering the digital space like your laptop and phone is equally important. We always have a number of unorganized files, documents, photos in our laptops and phones, and if we don't declutter them in a regular basis, after a point of time, it kind of goes out of the hand and you feel like you are in a total mess. So make sure that you do this once every week. If you are someone who is using the laptop or phone for work purpose, then this decluttering is very important for you, because a clutter-free organized digital space allows you to work more efficiently and helps you to complete a lot of work within a short span of time. So these are all the things that you need to declutter from time to time. If you follow a regular declutter routine, it won't become a very overwhelming task in one go. Do let me know what you think of this video. I will be back with a new video super soon. Till then, take care and bye bye.